here it is. The Magic Book of Spells. It's finally here. The Magic Book of Spells. I'm going to be answering any questions. Hello, Wanora. So today I'm going to be reading the Magic Book of Spells from Star versus the Forces of Evil that I just have gotten. I like the cover. It's hard. I like the fact that it's so hard. It's a bit sticky too. Like the crystal parts, it's a bit sticky. Like I can go really fast, but this is gonna make me go slow. For example, I'm gonna push it as hard as I can. Did you see that? Wait. Yeah, I hope it's getting charged right now. Because my phone is just getting charged right now. Okay. And I'm just gonna take it out of the cover so it's easier for me to do it. Let's do this stream. Oh no. No, okay, quickly, no, put it back in. Put it in. Okay, Aura, are you still watching the stream? It's great to have you back, by the way. Okay, so right here, we have the Magic Book of Spells, as you can see. So now we're going to open it to the first page. Oh, it's a greeting from Readibg. It says write your name, so I wrote my real name, so I'm just going to, actually, you know what? Greetings from inside your Book of Spells. Welcome to your new Magic Book of Spells. I don't know who you are, but you can write your name here, and I'll try to remember you. I'm Sir Readibg of Terms, at your service, milady. I'm here to help you reach your potential. I live inside your book. This message is just for you, and it changes depending on who happens to be the owner of this book. Sometimes I'm really welcoming, and sometimes I really don't have the juice. It's like I can sense when the new princess is kind of a dud, and I sort of glaze over. If she's a dud, it's just a waiting game, really, until she gives the book to her kid, or she gets eaten by a centaur. Whichever comes first. If I'm super welcoming, it's usually creeps people out. So either way, it's probably lose for you. So let me just see how much charge it's on right now. Okay, it's in a good amount of charge. Okay, that's already saying something new. When Darren Nefty said this is a season 3.5, she was not kidding. Okay. So at the top right here, it says, anyway, let's take a moment to collaborate your book to you personally. Oh, okay, this is going to be fun. Oh, yes. Cover your right eye with your right eye, and with your left eye, focus on this spot. Okay. Cover your left eye and your right eye, focus on this spot. Now look at both spots with both your eyes at the same time. Now, so if you are able to focus on them both, congratulations, you are a goat or a rabbit. This book will work properly for you. If you are able to focus on both of them at the same time, repeat steps 1 to 4. Now that your book either collaborated or not, we both know you really came here to learn all about me. All about glossary. Okay, ew, that's disgusting, first of all. So, if you can't see the words, I'm sorry, because I'm not reading from my phone, I'm reading from the actual book. I've existed forever, but I was born quite... Okay, sorry, I'll just do this. I've existed forever, but I was born quite some time after that, long, long ago. Just like yours, my birth was traumatic and British. I'm gonna have to read in a British accent. But unlike you, I remember every detail of it. Imagine if you had to carry that around with you. But I digress. So yes, at some point after I existed and before my birth, I was called into being by one queen or another to assist with humanity need for understanding the... Okay, sorry. Existed and before my birth I was called into being by one queen or another to assist with humanity's need for understanding the realm of magic. I knew from the future that in order for people to be reading, I'd have to create books in the past. So I made this book and helped the first queen learn to read by writing inside. I liked the book so much I took out a mortgage and moved in with the silkworms. I used to weave the pages. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to this page. Looking by... Hi, Kira Bellis. Oh, I can see that you're a Steven Universe fan just like us, and the Star vs. the Forces of Evil fan. So we were just reading all about glossary. And if you want me to show you guys any page, okay, or if you want to see anything in particular, just tell me and I'll flip to that page. So now I'm about to read this page, and by the looks, I haven't seen this person before. So is he part of the Magic High Commission? We'll just have to find out. They also weave my robes and my and my undies. I did not want to read that. And far be it from a little old bookman to just dole out all his beauty secrets. But since you're a butterfly, you're gonna need all the help you can get. The reason this beard is so white is that it's coated in silkworm slime. Works great in ear and pit hair, too. But don't get it in your mouth, or you'll turn into a skeleton. I'm serious. Not one drop. Anyway, before you know it, I fell in love with myself, and the two of us, me and myself, had some kids. Oh, so he created the Magic High Commission. Hekapu, Omnitraxus, Prime, Lekmet, Reynaldo, the Bold Pate. Okay, and Romulus. So his name is Ronaldo, as I can see. So Ronaldo, that's his name. I put them in charge of managing the contact points between the Queen and the realm of magic. Hekapu for interdimensional transit, Omnitraxis for space-time, Lekmet for entropy, Ronaldo the Bold Pate for enforcing order lines. Oh, so he's like putting everything in order. And Romulus for warfare. I made the mistake of giving them free will, and I pay for it every day. That's Hekapu, Omnitraxis, Lekmet, Ronaldo, and Romulus. Anyway, at some point, you, me, and the kids are going to be working together as the Magic High Commission, keeping a watchful eye over the magic in the multiverse. If you're not a princess or you're some kind of hairy birdling or lizard man, then you probably want to be on the Magic High Commission. But to you, I say kudos on stealing this book. I thought I was going to be part of the Magic High Commission. This is sad. Okay. A note on the context. When are we going to get to... Oh, okay, that's when we get to Skywine's chapter. Okay. So everyone who's still watching the stream, can you please write something in the chat? If you're still watching the stream, write something in the chat. If you're still watching the stream, write something in the chat. I just need to know who's still here. Okay, and until you do that, I will read this. A note on the contents of my stomach. No, this book. You're going to encounter glyphs and symbols in this book that will befuddle and frighten you. Okay. Some of these might be from one queen or another attempting to learn another language, or some might be a bit of food that got squished when I fell asleep on it. You know how it is when you have some food but you're also in bed and you wake up and the food is like glue because you were all warm in bed. And it remelted the cheese on the pizza, which then sticks to the sheets. It's called beat transfer, whereby an object with a different temperature from its surroundings will reach thermal equilibrium. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to read that. The formula for it is as follows. Shout out to math boy Justin for this equation. Justin. Oh, Justin is the boy queen, and I think, yeah, he's really good at math. So, pay attention to all the scribbles, and good luck figuring out what any of them mean. I only speak one language, and it's this one. When people come here all speaking a different language, I'm like, you want to be in this book? You better learn the language of this book, or go back to wherever you came from. It never works. They always stay and fill my pages with their own languages. So you figure it out, or don't. I can't read a lick of it, and I get by fine. Speaking of lick, why don't we flip ahead to Comet's chapter, where you can bake me one of her pies. It's really the best part of the book. Hi, someone else is in the stream. Please write. So if you're in the stream, please write something in the chat so I know if you're in the stream or not. Okay, how to use this book. 1 minute. Okay, sorry. How to use this book. Let me just change it. Let me just do something. Okay. So first you're gonna wanna have a wand. Your grandmothers have done their best to transcribe. Oh God. That's why I couldn't read it properly. Okay. Your grandmothers have done their best to transcribe spells they cast with their wands. There are some great spells in here, and there are some that aren't even spells. Using the wand as a hammer or gravy ladle isn't magic. Although, admittedly, gravy is magic. Try the spells that are well documented and start simple. I recommend starting with the often overlooked Levitato in Grandma Crescenta's chapter. But I know you're gonna just go straight to Skywine's Wanacorn Stampede. Go ahead, it's gonna be a mess. Be sure you point your wand away from yourself. Also, don't point it at that building over there. Once you cleaned up the mess and tended the wounded, flip back to this page and continue from here. So it's make your own entries. So first, we're going to read the whole book. Let's start. Now it's going to get interesting. Skywine, Queen of Hours. Guys, who's excited for Skywine, Queen of Hours? And by the way, if you have any questions or if you want me to flip to any page, just tell me in the chat and I'll flip to that page that you want me to flip to. So Skywine, Queen of Hours. And I'm sorry, I keep saying this, but everyone that's watching this stream, please tell me in the chat. TikTok, the clock talks, but secrets are its powers. The only one to break its spells is Skywine, Queen of Hours. Look at Skywine. Skywine is amazing. Okay. So I'm going to put the phone down and just read. If you guys, make sure, just tell me. If you guys want me to show, I'm going to show the pictures though. If you want me to show the words, just tell me. So sit back, enjoy, and relax. The Magic Book of Spells. Oh dear reader, where do we start? Let's start at the beginning. As the children's tale goes, our people came on a boat, found the land of Muni, made it great kits. Not that great, but... Sorry. Okay, now I can read it. And nor shipped the stump. I mean, not me, I'm a non-believer. We fought off the wicked monsters. Well, we didn't. We are still fighting them every day. They say long ago, the very first queen found this sanctuary, and she was so brilliant, beautiful, brave, and strong. The magic came to her. It formed a wand that was every bit as wonderful as she, and it was her destiny to rule the land of Muni. Oh my God! Wow! Now I, Skywine Lavender Butterfly, am queen. I am queen, the 27th queen, to be exact. I am 17 years old, which is young for a queen. You might think my mother is dead, but she is not. She found ruling to be boring. She is now retired, living in a beautiful vacation home inside a volcano. She says the unrelenting heat does wonders for the skin, apart from being young. I have some other disadvantages. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Wait, okay. Sorry. Doing something. Sorry. My phone is being mean to me. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I have some other disadvantages as a new queen. For one, I am small. I am neither strong nor beautiful, but I hope to be brilliant. I am of that opinion that the queens of the past have not done such a great job of ruling over people. We have faced famine, and countless monster raids. Half of our people were pulled down into the underworld a century ago by the Lusitors, leaving the royalty plagued by scandal, shame, and general incompetence. Speaking of which, on the night of my wand passing ceremony, my mother made a grand event, hiring jesters, songstrels, and mimes from around the land. She also hired some trained, not so trained, dragons. They got loose and burnt the stage to ashes. It was utter chaos. As the dragons made their way to the castle, I yelled to my mother, "Please save the magic book of spells!" I was worried it wouldn't burn. It was always my dream to learn magic and add to its mostly scholarly pages. My mother lyric hopped on her magic wand, a beautiful thing in the shape of a broomstick, and rode away. But the castle was burning at an alarming speed. Back then the castle was constructed of flammable wood, some of it made from the body of the first stump, which I still say was just a stump. After several agonizing minutes, my mother returned from the fire, slightly charred but smiling. She had retrieved the great book of fashion. Ugh. She thought that more important than the magic. She thought that it was more important than the magic book of spells. As we started to work on the new castle of Muni, that would what would eventually be a beautiful onion cell doomed structure made of less burnable bricks, I would stay up at night thinking about what we had lost: the magic book of spells, all the history of the queens, and Glossaric. Oh, poor dear little weirdo, what he is. That he is. It was somewhere in the dark time that okay that I vowed to be a better queen. I vowed, okay, this is not very good handwriting, okay? That I vowed to be a better queen than my mum, to rebuild, to polish the limits of magic, and to make a new magic book of spells, which is what dear reader you are reading now. So here's the picture. Wait. This is the picture. My mother is visiting and insists I place this in the new magic book of spells. She thinks that my ambitions to pass magic are wonderful, but that I cannot ignore the other duties of royalty, like choosing the fashion of my reign. Here is the page from the great book of fashion. It has been used by every queen to decide what her people should wear. So to decide what her people should wear. I do not care. I close my eyes and flip to a random page. What you see above is the result. My mother thinks it should have been chosen. I should have chosen something more slick, but I believe this is just fine. And who cares anyway? Next page. So on this page we have her wand, as you can see. So this is her wand. That's probably her mom's wand, right there. That's probably her mom's wand. This is her card. So strength 16, intelligence 18, wisdom 20, dexterity 5, constitution 18, charisma 7. This is her unicorn. So yeah. Now let's start reading. I remember the day of my wand passing ceremony. like it was yesterday. I was excited and terrified all at the same time. It was a day I had long waited for, but alas, just before the wand reached my hands, just before the wand, just before, sorry, the dragons got loose and burned down the castle. The ceremony was postponed a month and held with my mother, my father, and myself on top of the smoldering ashes of our once great castle of very flammable wood. I had always admired my mom's magic wand. Long, slender, clean. So I'll put the picture. I had always admired my mother's wand, magic wand. Long, slender, clean, and capable of flight. When I grabbed it, I could feel the magic swirling around inside me. I could see time as an infinite paradox, going not eternally forward nor backwards, but around and around in a repeating, dizzying circle. My destiny set, my wand the shape of a clock. So this was her mom's wand. This is her wand. The clock face is made of moonstone and smells of licorice. That's very good to know. The charge port and wand charger. My wand runs on a combination of black onyx crystals and unicorn tears. That's cool. Okay. The ringing bells. My wand has a unique feature. Ringing bells on the top. Cheese bells make a sound that can only be heard by dogs. The crystal. My crystals take the my crystal takes the form of the hand of the clock. It may not look very crystal-like from afar, but if you look closely, the hands are made of black onyx. Oh, it's talking about this. Wow. And that's her car. So, okay, the mill horse. My wand is powered by the same mill horse who ran my mother's wand. Bartholomew, the brave. He is quite an old horse, but still strong. Look at that. Look at his tail. Look at that tail. Okay. This is her card. She has a unicorn stampede. And right here, this is the message from Star. Skyone is one of my favorite grandmas. She was rebellious and had some pretty wicked spells, kind of like me. And then Glossary says, Skywone's chapter is also the only chapter Star actually read all the way through. Wow. The Era of the Hourless, Year 2. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, sorry. Okay. Hello, dear reader. Much has happened, and you'll be glad to know that time has been on my side. I'm going to just put this down, okay? If there's any drawings, don't worry. I will tell you about it. I have been quite busy creating spells, some of them even useful. I'd like to tell you the origin of a particular one, for it is quite an entertaining story. Okay, guys, sit back, relax. We're just going to read this. I had been ruling for 2 years, mainly overseeing the rebuilding of the new castle, which was going painfully slow. My people were at their wits' end, distrustful of the royalty, sick of living in tents, but far too lazy to put in the real work of castle rebuilding. It was then that my mother, Lyric, came by for a visit. She brought along a prince, one of many, I'm afraid. One of many. I'm afraid I'm afraid this prince was named Dip Cowbottom of the water folk. And he really was, and he really, okay, sorry. And we really, and he really was a dip. In frustration, I spun around, pushed the two of them out the door with a blast from my wand, while muttering infuriating repeater, and go back to dealing with the problems of my inherited kingdom. The next day, my mother returned with Dip Cowbottom, and again, I kicked them out. The scenario went on like this for weeks. Her returning with Dip, and me kicking them out. The fact that she never seemed to have any memory of having already done this made me even more frustrated. And to top it off, the kitchen staff has given me the same meal of creamed corn and smoked fish every night. I was about to blast them to when suddenly I realized that time must be repeating itself. I was a bit frightened. Oh, hello, second viewer. So, just to let me know that you're here. So, by the way, if you have any questions, if there's any page you want me to flip to, I will flip to that page. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm just gonna, when there is a picture, I'll tell you. We're on Skywine's chapter. It's just a little bit of a funny story. So, I'm putting the phone down, but when there is a picture, I will show you. So just sit back, relax, and listen. I was a bit frightened, but mostly impressed so just for you, I'll restart this part. And to top it off, the kitchen staff had given me the same meal of creamed corn and smoked fish every night. I was about to blast them too, when suddenly I realized that time must be repeating itself. And just to let you know which queen it is, because I really want you to be catched up. I feel bad that you're not catched up. This is Skywine, Queen of Hours. Where is she? Here is on her chapter. I was a bit frightened, but mostly impressed with my abilities. What use could this spell have? And then it occurred to me. I could trick my people into rebuilding the castle themselves with no memory of it. The next day, I told my people that if they picked up a brick and trusted me, we could restore the butterfly castle in just one day. They were suspicious, of course, but they decided to give it a try. Little did they know that day was actually 5 years of hard labor. The castle was completed, bigger and more beautiful than ever. All the humans had a new home inside, and most importantly, I won them over. They dubbed me Skywine Queen of Hours and paraded me around the grounds. So here's a little page. This must be the page. So, what to do if you want to repeat time? Go repeat time. Grab your wand with your pinky out. Think of something frustrating, like how your mother believes a man is of any importance, and power up your wand as you spin around once clockwise, uttering the phrase infuriating repeater. Then blast. You will find time repeating itself over and over again. When you want it to stop repeating, simply do this spell backwards. Blast, spinning once counterclockwise as you utter the phrase Gniterafuni reteper. Ponver down your wand with your thumb pointed out, and you will find time acting normal again. So this is how you do the spell. One pinky out. Yeah. So now this is the next one. And if you want to see these codes, just go to Cartoon Apocalypse channel. It's a good channel. So uses for repeating time, studying for an exam, getting the most out of your vacation days, getting to know someone when you are too shy to speak to them like a regular person, tricking your peasants into rebuilding your burnt down castle. When you are not sure, so I'm going to put the phone down again. When you are not sure of the right thing to say to someone who probably doesn't know you exist and wish to try a bunch of different things so you hopefully sound exciting and they will remember you better. Hello doesn't get much response. Hello doesn't get much response. And I like your muscles feels awkward. So you'll eventually settle on how's the weather? Next page. Okay, this one seems weird. I'll show you the 2 pages. So, yeah. The era of the owlless year 3. I have been very busy ruling Muni and creating spells. It seems I have been a good queen thus far. My people have a place to live, safe from the monsters in the forest of certain death. We are close off, but not hungry. As I have learned how to make food out of pure magic, every day the people flood the town square, and I create a storm cloud of tasty treats that rain down on my people. Okay, so what to do if you want to create food? Hold your wand to your stomach and think of something you want to eat. You may not know what you want, but if you wait long enough, your stomach will tell you. Raise your wand into the air and send a primary blast into the clouds, calling out for the food. If you want, you if sorry calling out the food you want. If you want glowberries, call out glowberries. Then watch as glowberries rain down on the streets. If you don't want to eat the food yourself, this spell won't be difficult to perform, and you might make mistakes. Once I tried to make a pigeon pie for my people, but I was really craving dragonberry tarts. What rained down were pigeonberry tarts, and they were disgusting. This spell makes something you can put in your stomach, mouth, chew up, and swallow. But I wouldn't say it's food. Quick, skip to Comet's chapter and make me a pie. Oh my god. Okay. While experimenting with coming up with a new spell, I accidentally deleted gravity. Everyone on Muni, including myself, began to float up, and away. I tried my trick of just doing the spell backwards, but in this case, it only made things worse. We all started flying away even faster, but I collected myself and remembered that gravity is a consequence of the curvature of the curvature. So of the curvature of space-time caused by this uneven distribute of mass energy. My spell had stopped Muni from rotating. So everyone was floating away. I had to get Muni spinning again, and then the the centrifugal force would pull the inhabitants back to Muni. Gravity was restored. What do you do if you delete gravity? So this is what it looked like. So I'm going to take my phone out of the charge for now. So this is the thing. This is the picture it showed. This is the picture. It's a picture of them all floating away. So let me just read the spell to you guys, then I'll show you the picture. Power up your wand to a count of 115. So it's